How we doing today? So glad you could join. We got a special show. Today, my guest, all the way from Latvia, might be sleeping by now. We had to pre-record this. From Latvia, Otis Andersons. He's my student guest today. It's Monday, the 8th of February. And I'm so happy to be able to play music live today because I'm blessed. I hope you feel the same. Welcome to the Tony Monaco Show. So glad to see you. Oh, yeah, so glad you're here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, Nunya? Adam. Hey, what's going on? Roberto, come stai? Hammer time. Fernando. Henry. Oh yeah. So happy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a night in Tunisia, but not Indonesia. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Tony Monaco Show. The Tony Monaco Show. The Tony Monaco Show. Yes. So glad you're here. I've been waiting since Friday to play. This week is an exciting week this week because I have just some of the most friendly, favorite people that are going to be guests. Today I'm going to take you all the way over to a little place in the Baltic known as Latvia, where I have a student that's probably one of the few organists that plays jazz in that area. And he'll be our student guest today. On Wednesday, I'm so happy to tell you that my good friend Steve Smith is going to do a live interview with me. And on Friday, I'm bringing Louis Chamoose and Derek DeCenzo. You guys haven't seen me play live with Derek DeCenzo, but Derek's on many of my projects. So I'm so excited to bring you all the guests. I want to tune into the Students and Friends page here because there we should be broadcasting live, right? Let's see what's going on there. Should be. That's the optimum word, isn't it? Let's see. Are we there? Come on, baby. Yes, we are. We're there. Here we are. I can see all the comments now in real time. So welcome to the show. As you know, I broadcast Monday and Wednesday and Fridays at 4 p.m. But sometimes I also do special shows. Like on the 20th of February, be ready for Saturday night live at Woodlands. So I want to start making the announcement now. So you'll have a special Saturday night show. Hey, Darlene Graham. You know, man, I was just thinking about you. I'm so glad to see you. Don, how are you, man? It's so good. You guys are going to love my guest. My guest comes from all the way over in Latvia. And so what we did was we pre-interviewed this show just due to the fact of the time difference. So some of my students live in a time zone that might not be conducive for a live interview. But this is the next best thing. So without further ado, I'd like to bring it to the interview and then a performance from a nice young man who's really up and coming and really, really plays great, but has a great attitude about it too. So without further ado, I'm going to bring you to the interview and performance. Thanks again, everybody. Happy Monday. Hi, everybody. Man, it's great to be here with my friend and great student, Atis Andersons, all the way from Latvia. Wow. Atis, how are you today?
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm doing great and enjoying winter. It's actually quite cold here. And back in the day when I was growing up, it was normal to have like very harsh winters, like degree wise, that's like -20, -25. But for the past couple of years, it hasn't been like that. For example, last winter was more like just long autumn all the way until summer. So, but yeah, this year it's serious, and I think everyone's loving it. We have a couple of, let's not gonna call them mountains because we don't really have any mountains. It's just what 300 meters, so
Mm.
the highest. But still, we enjoy what's it called, cross country skiing, and do some mountain skiing, slalom skiing. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, but because of the virus, yeah, it's a little bit limited. The space is available on each hill. It's limited, but even so, it's lots of fun. So
Yeah, man. Well, I'm just so excited. I mean, the world has become very small because of the internet.
yeah.
Here we're speaking halfway around the world, and you're such a great musician. You were already a great musician before we worked a little bit together, But I'd like to ask you, what got you turned on to playing the Hammond organ?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, and I think it started in what could it be? Something 2000, I don't know, 7. Yeah, I think year 2007. Because originally I was, well, I kind of still am. I'm a piano player, but every month passes, and then I get really more into organ playing. So probably after a few years, there's going to be organ player the main thing, but still, I love organ and all that. But anyway, yeah, back to the question. It's yeah. So I was brought up as a piano player. I started in was it that's children's school. Don't even know what is the level. I started when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So I wasn't really asked any questions. Oh, do you like this instrument? Would you like to play piano and classical music? I didn't know nothing at the time. So my parents are both musicians. My father is a conductor, and he sings in quite a famous, was it mixed choir? So
Mm-hmm.
they got Grammys and everything. It's the Latvian radio choir, so they're quite big, not just in Europe, but I think they're recognized as one of the finest choirs in the world. That's what I know. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, and then my mother is a musician too. So yeah, so I think it was obvious that I ended up playing, an instrument, and yeah, and I wasn't too happy about playing classical music, and then just being told to play, I have to play piano and all that. So once I got older, and that was something again like beginning of year 2000 something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my father brought home recordings, 2 CD sets of jazz music, the greats of jazz, I think, and I still have it to this day. I think it has recordings of Coltrane, Art Blakey, and the best of the best. And I think when I put on the CD, that's where I think I was. I don't know what's the expression, but I think that's where the light shone upon me. I was enlightened, and was the enlightenment.
You were enlightened.
What's Yeah, enlightened. Yeah, because I mean, what I heard, it turned my world upside down. It was like, what is that? What is that energy? It's like wow. And then from that very moment, I understood that wow, yeah, I have to. I probably discovered later that it was called jazz, or it was written on the CD, Jazz, the Greats of Jazz. Oh, okay, that's jazz, fine. But I didn't know what that was. So yeah, well, okay, it's taking a long time to answer the
That's
question, but
okay, man. This is your history.
but yeah, but it's been, yeah, I was playing piano, more like probably not playing because I didn't really care about classical music. It didn't have that spirit, what we have in jazz. There's no freedom, no, I still respect like classical music and all that, because the composers who wrote it, it's amazing. Like one of my favorites being Bach, and then I'm hoping to do arrangements of Bach and for example organ trio, because he's, and in my understanding, he's the first composer who invented walking bass, right?
Yeah.
When you look into preludes and then fugues, I'm not sure how they're pronounced, but
Yes, you did it
and then
right.
that's where you have that bass walking. So and yeah, so I was playing piano, and then I think at the time it was at 2005 when the first jazz department opened in. I don't know what do you call this music institution in the States, but for us in Europe, is we have like primary school, for example. That's where you study music.
Vocational school, we call them here.
The vocational.
Like it's
No,
not
but
main education, but it's a side education.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. That
focus, whether you like to cook or be a mechanic or a musician, that kind of thing.
probably, yeah, but that's from like the age of 7 until what, 14. That's like the primary music school, for example. I still got a diploma, everything, exams, and that's like my first diploma. And after that, you go to secondary school. So for you guys, I'm not sure. Is it college? Is it high school? One of
High,
those. So
high school is
high
usually
school, is
where
it? Yeah.
vocational schools
From
begin. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was 17. I was a little bit older because
Yeah.
I went to another secondary school. Lasted 1 year, and I couldn't take like classical music no longer, and I had to go to this new jazz department, and I was lucky enough to what's the word, to be enrolled on the course, or get enrolled. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah. And that's where my first jazz studies, official jazz studies, began. Yeah, I was 17, and yeah, and I think around that age, I discovered jazz organ. Again, it's because I was told I have to listen to recordings, and I hadn't really done that before. I only had those two CDs. My father had to presented to me,
Yes.
and then I think, yeah, because it was a little bit early for all like computers and all that, and then I think around like 2005 and six, I got my own PC, so that was
Wow.
cool. I could Google things, and I Googled music, jazz, and whatnot, and then I think Joey DeFrancesco popped up. I think I was Googling, going on YouTube, and I saw this big. It was a B3, of course. I mean, back then I didn't know what the hell that was, but saw there was like something like two manuals. It looks like a piano, right? But
Yes.
I didn't see any bass, and I was like, what is that? It couldn't be possible that he is actually playing the bass, because that'd be insane. How can you play those fast lines and hold the groove and everything together in a trio, just playing one person handling the whole, bass, harmony, and all that. And I think that was like and from that year, I think I was listening. That's when I discovered jazz organ and kept listening to him. I think, yeah, from the beginning it was just Joey DiFrancesco, and so I don't know why I was listening to him. It's a little bit difficult to answer that question. I know, probably I just like the playing, the energy, the
Hmm.
crazy lines and everything. It's no, no, I listened to a lot of piano players because I was learning to play the piano at that time. It was 4 years, so that course lasted from 2006 to 2010.
Hmm.
And then later, I think, yeah, I discovered you. You're also one of my favorites still to this day. So,
Thank you.
and yeah, and kind of, well, just listen to those recordings, and then discovered another organists. But still, I think the organists I know today, there are very few,
Of course.
from all the other players and all that. But yeah, then I graduated at secondary school as a piano player, and then I went to London, United Kingdom. That was quite a big step, not
Wow.
only in my life but in my music career, if you
Of
could
course.
say so. So that was quite big. I lived there for 4 years. I was moved when I was 21,
Mm-hmm.
and that was an interesting time as well. I mean, I was still a piano player, so. I studied music technology. It was a bachelor's degree.
Mhm.
So the main focus was music tech, and also with jazz performance on piano. So that was interesting 4 years. And what I took from the course was actually writing music for picture, and
Oh wow,
that
very
that was my bachelor's not thesis or
degree.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote music for several commercials, and I thought, I could do it, and I think looked like listening back to those recordings. Well, they sound good, so but
Well, you're a great musician. When I first
that's
heard you, I was very impressed. How many organ players can possibly be in Latvia now? I don't think very many, right?
well, the thing is, what do you call? Uh, we need to define what is an organ player.
Like
So,
like a jazz organ player that plays
well,
MP3.
then at the moment I'm the
That's what I.
lucky one. Just me, and not just in my country, but in the whole Baltics. Actually, it's the
Wow, that's
three
amazing.
countries, because we do have like, but they're keyboard instrumentalists. It's not really the playing jazz organ in the sense that you're controlling the bass pedals, playing your own bass and all that. They're just using one manual keyboard,
Playing
playing
chords
with the
and leads
bass.
and
you
stuff,
know
right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. To me, that's not serious, because that instrument wasn't designed to do that,
It was
So
designed to play it all the way like an
yeah,
orchestra.
yeah. So then, yeah, after London, I came back home and finished the master's degree at my local. Well, there's only one music academy, but I was still on piano, right? And I think at the back of my head, I always had that idea. It would be interesting to try organ because during all these more than 10 years, I was listening to organ players, and then I had that sound in my head, and it's like the energy and everything. Just, wow, it was. But it's interesting how I got. Uh, how I was given that opportunity to not to switch to organ but to play organ. For example, the drummer whom I played with for a couple of years already, that was something like 2017. He invited me to do like a duo gig, and then obviously, what could possibly a piano player do together with a drummer? Nothing, drink tea at best. But and then because we used to, I was playing with another, like with a sax player. We played in quartets,
Yes.
in a quartet, and then during sound checks when no one was around, so I pressed the organ sound on my. I have a chord keyboard, and we were just messing around together. And then I think remembering those days, it was like the feeling you get from just walking that bass. I mean, I couldn't combine bass with chords, no solos. It was just either one or the other. But somehow the energy there was, wow, So and then, yeah, I was invited to do those duo gigs, and then I got some money and bought Hammond SK2, which I still have today. And that's where actually my journey began. That was what, yeah, 4 years ago. And actually, then I was like switching between organ and piano, because organ was very new, and I couldn't really do nothing on it. It's like, how do you, like, there's so much going on, and that was more like a hobby. And that was it went on like that for a couple of years, and like until it was like something 2018, 19, when I was really, I saw myself really practicing only the organ.
Yeah.
It's like 90% organ. And then it was actually quite a difficult time back then, because I was, knowing that I was brought up a piano player, and then, having invested that many hours of, practicing one instrument, and kind of sort of gotten to a, well, this was a good level, nothing crazy, but I could play that, and then just putting that aside and then taking up something completely new, it was quite like psychol
Psychological.
psychologically, it was actually difficult. I
Yeah.
was like a little bit, not a little bit, I was frustrated for, I think, what was it, 6 months
Plus,
or
you probably felt a little bit like, like I spent all this time within
yeah,
piano
yeah,
investment, but I love the
yeah,
organ.
yeah,
So you almost felt like a traitor to the piano, but really your love and passion for this sound was overwhelming you. So,
yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the journey. I love it. I mean, that's why you're here because I want people to see that playing the organ is a lifelong experience.
Oh yeah.
And man, it really it makes you happy when you play, right?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, I remember like the first time I touched my SK2 and then I could play like F blues and all that. Wow, what the feeling! I cannot describe it. It felt like when I'm running those like bluesy riffs and then doing a fast line or something very melodic. It's I don't know. I felt like I'm floating a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
baby.
like so it was incredible. Because not only the energy the organ can provide, it's the what piano is lacking, that it's when you press a key, the sound quickly disappears, but it's different with organ, and I can actually sing with organ, so it's more natural, more in a way connected to like a human voice, as if you were singing. I can sing with organ,
Yes.
so that completely
Transformed you.
transformed my playing as well, because I remember I was like more like in a Aaron Parks kind of playing, Mulgrew Miller, that modal thing, hard bopish, that's still my taste today,
Sure, of course. You can enjoy them all. That's the beauty of music,
but
right?
but yeah, so after that frustration and seeking of advice to from experienced musicians and from my advisors as well. So they said, man, go for it. So yeah, but man, I was like 28 when I switched. So it's not like, I was 18. So you could say, you're just 18, you can do whatever. No, I'm 28. I'm supposed to be already, doing something, traveling the globe, but the Europe at least, so that age, and I was like, oh yeah, let's try another instrument. So that was quite difficult, yeah, because when I first started, I couldn't play anything, nothing, and then I bought myself. I have a 1971 A100. So that was interesting because after I finished my master's degree, I got a scholarship to go to Holland. So that's another good thing that happened, and I studied again piano from one of the best in Holland pianists. Well, it was crazy good. There's a guy called Rob van Bavel. Well, he's actually one of the best in Europe. He's crazy good. And then there was another guy not far from Amsterdam who played organ. So I was like, I took lessons aside, from him, and then he had A100 as well. And then after that, I got contacts from the like a local, not local, but there's a like a vintage instrument shop in the Netherlands, and there's a guy who actually restores vintage keyboards. So yeah, so I bought it from there. So it's that was quite a long journey for the organ to come to cold Riga, at least. Well, now it's called like -15, but yeah, I still have it today. And then yeah, I remember the struggle trying to tap pedals and trying to walk the bass and then shadow like bass pedal lines with well, you know what I'm talking on the lowest octave. That's what you teach everyone. So that was like that took months. Now it kind of is in the muscles. When I
Yeah.
go
Muscle
on the
memory.
lowest, yeah, on the lowest octave, then my foot is already following. So that's
That's
a good
it.
thing. But it took a lot of struggle, and it was a difficult times. But now I can really feel enjoy the instrument because it sounds like no other, and it's almost like being in love. But no, that's what it is. That's what it is.
It's
So
definitely like that.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Atis, it's a real pleasure to have you as a friend, and so I can't wait. Now I'm going to let everybody hear the music that you provided. It's the middle of the night now. You're probably sleeping when this interview is really happening. But quickly, can you tell us about the three pieces that you're going to play for us?
Yeah, I think there's a little introduction on the video already, which I recorded. But yeah, it's three pieces. I started with Pure Imagination, which is one of my all-time favorite tunes, and 3/4. I don't know, it's just the harmony at night how somehow sits well on the instrument.
I thought it was interesting how you were using your thumb on the lower manual.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool. I never saw that before. It's a
yeah. No, that's what I actually picked up from. I stole the idea from one crazy organist. His name is Cameron Carpenter. He's a classical organist, and then he has his own custom portable organ with 5 manuals, and he's just nuts the way he plays. And then he has this technique of covering other manuals with his thumbs at the same time. So I thought,
that was
for the
very
sake,
cool. I never saw that before. So
yeah, I'm not sure if sound wise it's worth doing that, but I thought, for the show I'll just throw it in. So
you know what? If it's worth trying, it's worth trying, in my opinion, because you just never know, right? So I thought it was cool. It got my attention. I like that a lot. And then the second song, I can't remember the song you did.
It was this I dig a few.
Oh yeah. I liked your approach on that too. It was very nice.
More like an up tempo the tune. Yeah, what I tried doing with these is, one thing is playing them as they are written in the songbook, but to me it is interesting to add some, to spice it up a little bit. Show my, how my approach, how I would play.
Yes.
Play those tunes, and then also incorporating some chords together with the melody, so it's not just chords on the lower manual, but on the upper manual together with melody, just to add that color. That's what I like doing as well. So that was This I Dig of You, and the last tune was my original one.
I love that.
Yeah,
great.
That's like a groovy thing. That's also part of me loving to play Hammond organ, is because I can really get into playing groove music. That's something I didn't do on piano.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it's just groove music, and what I kind of write these like funky rock type based fusion. Don't even know how to call them, that kind of music. So
very nice.
So that was my original composition. Yeah,
very good.
So yeah, there's.
Thank you very much, Atis. I just want to say thank you again. Please give my best to your family. I look forward to seeing you Thursday, I think it is. And is there anything last you would like to say to everybody before I call the interview? What would you like to say to the young student coming up? What's the secret to be a successful organist?
Oh, wow. Probably just being persistent, I would say. Not. I don't know. It's a little bit difficult to say in a couple in 2 sentences, but
it's a lifelong study, maybe something it takes.
No, it is. It is just like music, yeah. But when it comes to this instrument, you have to really. I think you have to be sure that this is it. You really want to do it, because there's no way around it. If to me it really doesn't. Playing one single manual organ in a band with bass player, I don't call it an organ player. If that instrument has to be handled with all the 2 hands and then your both feet, and then to do that, you need to have some time available, and then persistence, a lot of persistence and positive thinking, because man, it's like ups and downs all the time. I still experience it, and probably will in the future. But
yes.
Days when you can play and days when you can't, and the coordination is all over the place, but not on time. And then missing pedals and all that, but you just keep going because it sounds so good.
Because you love it so much. I like to
it
as a lifelong study, and I'm still learning. That's why I teach, because I get the blessing to find people like you that have a lot of talent and skill already as well. And in the teaching process, I get to learn as well. So I'm just grateful to you. I'm really happy to show the world your great talent. And God bless you, Atis. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you very much for being a part of my world.
Yeah, my pleasure.
God bless you. Hi, everybody. Man, it's great to be here with my friend and great.
So, good afternoon, everyone. This is my 1971 A100, together with Leslie 122. I bought it in the Netherlands from a vintage keyboard restorer shop, instrument shop. And yeah, it was originally built, at least the plate on the back of the organ says Antwerp. So it's plug in and go in Europe, so that's a good thing. And yeah, I got it, I think, in 2019. It was, so yeah, it was loaded into a truck, and it was something like more than 3,000 kilometers to Riga, and yeah, that was a couple of years ago. And yeah, let me play a couple of tunes, and I'd like to start with one of my favorite tunes in 3/4, a waltz. It's called Pure Imagination. So that was pure imagination. Um, so that was going to be something a little bit more up tempo, and it's also a tune I've been listening to lately, titled "This I Dig of You." All right, and for the last tune, I'd like to play an original song of mine, which I wrote somewhere around 2018, I think. Yeah, and it's also the first tune that I wrote for the organ, and it was roughly something like late 2017, beginning of 2018, when I started playing the organ. Like I bought Hammond SK2, and I have it still today. And yeah, that's already a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's an original of mine called Groove Station. Yep, and that was the last tune. I hope you uh, like listening, and see you around. Bye bye.
Yeah. What a great young man. Atis, thank you very much. From Latvia. What a wonderful young guy. What a great player. I'm so honored to be able to present to you my students from around the globe because each one of them has something special, and I like to teach because I get to learn. I had a great teacher when I was young, and it inspired me to want to teach. And I found over the last 12 years by teaching online that I've learned so much about my own playing. So if there's any of you out there that has a chance to teach, I got to tell you, you got to do it, because teaching opens you up as a player. So that was Atis Andersons from from Latvia. Next week, we're going to take you over to France, where Francois Fiore is going to be playing for you. So this continues on. We're already booked out until the end of March. So if you're a student of mine from the present or from the past, you can be a guest on my Monday show. That's the only requirement, is that you are or were a student, because this is all about my students. And thank you. I left a couple links up there on how you can become a student of mine. If you go to b3monaco.com, one of the ways is, like tomorrow night, join our songbook group. Yes, our songbook group. It's 7:30 tomorrow night on Tuesday, and that's Eastern time. Or our first jam sessions group, and that's for the people that are just kind of getting into it, but kind of getting serious. On Thursday, we take a look at songs that you might be playing at a jam session. On Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, a lot of European students come to that one. It's bass comp and solo ideas group. We cover tunes. We look at the hand separation of the bass and the comp, and then we take a look at solos. If you're an impersonal learning kind of person, there's a couple of ways you could do it. I have, believe it or not, still DVDs that you can purchase, but you can also get them instantly by adding them to your cart, check out with a credit card, and you'll get a link to download the whole project. Everything is the same, whether you buy it on a DVD that's in PAL for outside of USA, if you're in a PAL area, or if you're NTSC, or if it's a download, it's all the same content. You get all of the same videos, all of the same files, supportive files. Also, for just $4.99, you could take a nice 3-day stroll and visit all of the groups and see which ones you might want to purchase. For only $5, you can purchase the whole kit and caboodle. Yes, that means you get the video, the MIDI files, the support files, and everything. So lots to do. So if you're into in-personal learning, all of these classes are always uploaded on my school, the Tony Monaco Education and Performance Hammond B3 School. It's only $14.99 a month, and you can take a 3-day free trial. So check it out. All you have to do is go to my website, b3monaco.com, click the link about the school. It'll take you right here, tonymonaco.vhx.tv. Check it out. All right, well, I thank you for joining me today. What a great class. It was great to have Otis. I look forward this Wednesday. Don't forget the great Steve Smith, my personal friend, cohort when it comes to Groove Blue Organ Trio. A lot of the tracks that I play feature Steve Smith. And we'll be talking about the present, the music business, and what's up with COVID and all of that stuff. On Friday, don't forget that we have my band. This week, Louis Chamoose on drums, Derek DeCenzo on the guitar. And you know, if you'd like to sponsor us, that helps us too. So I have some new people that are starting to sponsor me, so I need to put that energy out. So one way you can do it is just go to my supporter page on my website. And on Fridays when we broadcast, there'll actually be a band support page. But you go to the supporter page and you can give gifts with using your credit card. So those always help musicians too, because gifts are gifts. So please, thank you for obliging. And I hope you enjoyed my student today. I'd like to thank you. So I think I'll end with a little bit of something on the samba side. I think it'll be fun to change it up a little bit. And I'll end with one of my favorite Latin kind of feels. This is called 500 Miles High. Doug McKenzie, how are you, brother? Don't forget, see you Wednesday. Thank you again, everybody, for joining the show. We'll see you Wednesday. God bless you.